Hey there, YouTube fans, AC Productions here, and you're wondering why am I showing you two different bikes over here? Well, as the title says, and is asking which mirror is fake and which one is real. Now we're talking about the brand Rizoma mirrors. As you know, the Rizoma mirrors are super expensive. We're talking about $500 plus. And then we got the cheap, eBay knockoffs that are around 60 bucks. As you can tell, this is the real Rizoma mirror, and this is the knockoff China brand. Now, I want to show you the differences and everything all about it. And thanks to a customer who has this real mirrors on his bike, as I was doing some work on his bike, installing a glow kit. All right, so let's get to it. Let me show you the differences between the two mirrors. All right, guys, so I figured I'm going to go mobile on this one and not use a tripod, so it makes it a little bit more easier for me to really show you the mirrors. Now, first off, the Rizoma mirrors, as you can see, it's like one unison part compared to the China brand, which is actually two parts. We got this part, and then we got the swivel part, and that's it. So that's already one noticeable one. And then you could also see the angle of it. It's just like that. Compared to this one, it's kind of low. And also mindful that it is two different bikes. Obviously, this is an Aprilia and this one's the R3. The angle of the mirror, because this one's on a slant, so it's like this. Compared to the R3, it's like this way. So also keep that in mind. But let's get back to the mirrors. Also on the Rizoma mirror, as you can see right here, I would say the finish, or not the finish, but the texture, I would say. I don't know if you guys can see those ridges. It's pretty much the same on the Chinese brand. There's also ridges as well, right there. So I would say that's pretty much the only two different, or the two kind of the same. They're both aluminum feel on it. This one has more of a gloss to the paint, compared to the Chinese one, which is more flat color black paint. Next would be, I would say, the width. On the Rizoma ones, they're like very thin and they come kind of to a point, so they're very thin over here. And don't worry guys, I'll have measurements a little bit later in the video of the dimensions of the Rizoma mirrors and the China ones. And then the China ones, you could see it's kind of, they're still small, but this one's like more wider compared to the Rizoma ones. All right, next would be the way they, you could see the mirror. Obviously, it's the same thing. When you tilt this one to see it have the mirror, same thing with this one. You can move it and have the mirror. Now, these are my aftermarket little mirror, convex mirrors, because you'll see no matter if you get the real Rizomas or the knockoffs, you can't see anything behind you. It's really bad. It's even worse with the Rizoma ones, which I'll show you right now. All right, so let me go to the other side of this bike so you guys could see it. All right, so here we are on the other side of it. As you can see my hand in the video. But the Rizoma mirrors has like a really light blue tint on the glass compared to the China ones, which there is no tint, it's just regular glass. Also, obviously, it's very small and tiny compared to the China ones, which is a little bit wider, but still, you can't really see much of anything. I feel as these mirrors are more like a magnifying glass, and this one I would say is probably about the same, but just really tiny. As you can see right there. Can I compare right there? And then obviously you could see that I have little convex mirrors to help me really see. And you could already see the difference because over here you can't really see much of the garage. In the back you just see the wall, but over here you could actually see a little bit more on this one. Then over here at the bottom, the Rizoma mirrors, you could see it says on the bottom, align the two dots to downforce. Which seems a little bit like broken English, but made in Italy, so I don't know. So yeah, that's that. On the Chinese ones, let's go over to those ones, and on those mirrors it says nothing. There is no writing whatsoever on the Chinese brand mirrors. All right, so next is how they look when they're in the mirror position. That's pretty much how they look like. Nothing really different there. Like I said, the only difference is just the height of these mirrors. Let's go over to the R3 and see how that looks on the R3. And there you go. That's how it looks like on the R3. All right, so next let's check a little bit of the details of the mirrors. The Chinese ones has this like little this little piece of metal here, I guess, to stop it from, you know, flipping all the way over. So this little pin is with this little indentation, I guess, right there, so it could just, you know, stop there. So when you close it, it stops there. And I would say the tightness, you could actually adjust the tightness of how, you know, much resistance when you turn the mirror. So with that screw, but it does feel good when you turn it, so it's good resistance. Then you have your, you know, your Chinese brand logo here on the mirror. Let's go over to the Rizoma mirror and see how it looks like on that one. So we go to the Rizoma mirror, and there is a little pin right over here, but it looks like it was made with the mirror, not like some hole and then a pin put into it. There's also an adjustment screw right over here. It's kind of dark, but it's right there. I guess you could also adjust the tension on it. It also feels good when you turn it. All right, next let's see if the Rizoma mirrors can flip all the way over. So you can see the two little dots. Oh yeah, so the two little dots on the Rizoma mirrors, and on the Chinese knockoffs there is no dots. Okay, so let's see if the Rizoma mirror will flip all the way over. Let's go ahead and turn it. And yes, it does. Let's see the Chinese ones. And same thing. So they both flip all the way over. Not sure why you would even want to have the mirror flipped all the way over. Maybe if you want to look at yourself or something, you can do so on that. All right, so they do both flip over. All right, so next we're just going to get a little bit more, you know, close up of the Rizoma mirrors compared to the fake counterfeit ones. So I'm just going to get some like really good close-up shots. Also on the Rizoma one, you're going to see that the Rizoma logo is right over there. So you can zoom in on that one. There we go. So you can see it actually says Rizoma on it. And it looks like it's not a sticker. It looks like to be laser etched or whatnot. I don't know what they use to put their name on there. But it's definitely not a sticker or decal. And then on the, obviously the Chinese ones, there's no logo really right here. Their logo is really right over here on this corner part. And it also looks like they either painted it on there or something. So I could zoom in for you guys on that. So it's not a decal or sticker on that one as well. All right, let's check the underneath side of the Rizoma mirror. All right, sorry for the overexposure, but I wanted to get more light over here so you guys could see the underneath of the mirror. All right, now let's go over to the Chinese brand so you guys could see the details of that one. Alrighty guys, so that's pretty much it. Now here's gonna be some pictures of the measurements. I use my camera on my phone to take the measurements, so that would be a little bit more accurate for you guys. So here are the measurements for the Rizoma, as you could see from the height and then the length. I would say I would call it. It's not going to be 100% accurate from left to right because they do curve down. So I guess I'll just like here's a pretty much a shot of the measurement from that little point on the top all the way to the divider, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, the crack, where you could flip the mirror apart. So that's pretty much that measurement. Do the same thing for the Chinese knockoff ones, and it's going to be the same thing from the point all the way to that line. So now here's some other pictures. This is going to be the measurements of the mirror. So you could see for the Rizoma ones, the height of the mirror, and then measuring from the corner there all the way to the bigger part. So you can see that measurement as well. And then on the Chinese ones, I tried to move my convex mirror to get that measurement so you guys can see it. And then the height as well on that one. All right, guys. Now, lastly, I'm going to get on the bike and then I'm going to sit on it. Well, obviously I'm going to be sitting on it and then kind of give you a view of what I see with the mirrors. So let me go ahead and move my R3 over here. Let me move it a little bit away from this Aprilia, and try to do the best I can on giving you the best view of what I actually see when I'm sitting on it. All right, so this is going to be for the R3. As you can see, my shirt says "Choose Happy." It's a shirt that I would be given from work. But anyway, all right. So when I'm sitting on the bike, so you could see on the mirror itself, all you see is my shirt, but on the little convex mirror, you could see that you could actually see my arm and you could see behind. So that's just showing you on how bad the quality is for if you didn't have the little convex mirror on what you see when you're riding. So you really don't see anything. So on the right side, same thing. You're not going to see much of anything with the regular mirror, which is the back over there. All right, so with the little convex mirror, you could see that you could actually see my hand and that green thing in the back. Compared to without it, all you're going to see is my shirt and nothing else. All right, so now let's go over to the Aprilia and then check out how the quality is with the Rizoma mirrors and to see if you see anything better or even worse. Alrighty guys, so I must give it to Rizoma. Even though the mirrors are so like thin, you could actually see behind you. So if I were to put my hand here, we have the other customer's bike back there, and this is pretty much the angle I see. And you could actually see his bike behind me. So, right there. And then on the other side, I'll be over here. Let's see, there is a car back there. And then from my point of view and angle, I see it's right there. So as you can see on the Chinese brand, when you angle it, all you see is your fist and your grips or whatever. But with the Rizoma ones, you could actually see behind you, which is really surprising. I thought that, when you put the mirror down, it was just going to be as bad as the Chinese ones, but they actually work. So they are actually functional. So I give the Rizoma ones a thumbs up. Alright guys, well hopefully this helps you on deciding on which style of mirrors to get. Alright, and then let's see how they look like when the mirrors are down. Move this one down and this one down. So see, on the Aprilia, they actually look pretty good as far as how they are with the little wings. Alright, so let's go over to the R3 and see how that looks like with the mirror actually flipped down into the stealth mode. Alright, so here we are on the R3 and it looks pretty okay. It could be my windscreen. It kind of just gives it a flat look, the way it is, like shaped like this. So it looks okay. It doesn't really look the best, I would say, for the R3. Maybe if I had like a different windscreen, that would kind of make it look a little bit better. But as of this way, it looks okay. It's nothing spectacular, I would say. Alrighty guys, so that pretty much concludes the video. I just wanted to do a comparison video of the real Rizoma mirrors compared to the Chinese knockoffs, and I hope this video helped you guys out. You know, are you willing to spend, you know, $500 for these mirrors, or would you want to spend 60 bucks for these mirrors and still kind of get the same look? You know, it all depends on you guys. You know, for me, I wouldn't spend $500, you know, for some mirrors that are just like, you know, not that good for visibility, honestly. You know, sorry for the customer who actually purchased this, but you know, when they came out, it was like the latest and greatest thing. So of course we're gonna spend the money to get the latest and greatest. Why not? You know, it does look super cool when they're in this position, but as far as using it for a mirror, definitely a thumbs down for the Chinese knockoff brand. As far as visibility, for sure. When they're like this, thumbs up for the Chinese brand. I'm still rocking it out just because of the convex mirror. If it wasn't for the convex mirror, I definitely would have put the stock mirrors back on. Those are my thoughts about it. I hope this video helped you guys out on deciding, you know, which one to purchase. Green bike over there is also a customer's bike, as I was doing the LED kit on that. That's why you see that one. And don't worry guys, I still got the Gixxers underneath the cover here. And then I also got the little Ducati over there, which is my daughter's, and that also has a light kit as well. Anyway guys, so this is pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it helped you out of making your decision on the two mirrors. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you guys are up to date with the latest installation or video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you know anyone else that's undecisive of either, you know, of buying these Rizoma mirrors and is not sure, please share this video. It may help them out, you know, to see the comparison between the Rizomas and obviously the Chinese knockoffs. Also, you're going to see on the underneath part of this video, there's going to be an icon with a heart and a dollar sign on the inside of it. If you guys click that, any contributions you guys send will be greatly appreciated. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you dislike the video, smash the dislike button. Let me know in the comments below what you disliked about the video to help me improve for future. All right guys, take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.